Well, I was working with the victims of abandonment trauma, and I was doing that because I had my own adult abandonment experience. Here I was, an expert in abandonment for all those years, 20 years working as a therapist, specializing in looking at things through the lens of abandonment, so to speak. And I had my own marital partner of 18 years just suddenly up and left me for another woman.
Oh, my gosh.
I threw myself into the task of saving myself by discovering more effective tools than the ones that I had already been using for my clients. And so I was working with these new tools that I spent years researching, of course, and working with the trauma victims of abandonment, other trauma victims like myself had been. And I needed a tool to help people overcome the self-sabotage that is the aftermath of abandonment. And it was interesting because many people came in to the workshops and to all the different recovery programs that I had, not because they had a current heartbreak. Many of them did, of course, but some of them came because they had childhood issues of abandonment that were causing them to sabotage their adult lives, sabotage their relationships or their goals. So I needed a new tool to really help work on self-sabotage. It seemed to be the most important event on everyone's mind. Out of that came sort of the counterpart of the inner child. If you think of the inner child as the part that's been wounded by abandonment and that feels the hurt and the fear and the insecurity, you can think of the outer child as the part that acts that out in a way that sabotages our relationships and our goals. And so that's how outer child was born, so to speak.
So, Susan, it's interesting how people with abandonment issues, like you said, they tend to self-sabotage. But why would we do that, especially if we don't have anyone taking care of us? We really need to take care of ourselves.